Okay, Shalom Yasharallah. All praise to the Most High Yahweh. Bashem Hamashiach Yahushai. All praise to Yahweh for sending his son Yahushai Hamashiach to be the sacrifice for our transgressions and iniquities. All right, so today we're in the fourth Torah, Parashah, Vayikra. And we're going to be reading Leviticus chapter 3, verse 1 through 17. More sacrificial animals and services for the tabernacle, for the tent of meeting, for the atonement of sins and offerings of various nature to Yahweh. All right, so now remember that right now we're in the fifth day. We're in the fifth day of a 7-day week. We're in the 9th day of the month, which is the 13th month. And we have 22 more nights until we get into the first month of the year. Again, we have 22 more nights until we begin the first month of the year. 22 more nights until we begin the first month of the year. All right, so let me say all that again. All right, let me say it again. So right now, we're in the 5th day of the week, 7-day week, 5th day of the week, the 9th day of the 13th month. And 22 more nights, we start the first day of the new year of Abib, Abiyab. And 35 more nights and 35 more afternoons, we run into the 14th day in the afternoon, which is the first day, which is Passover. Now, after that, we're going to run right into the 15th day of Abib, which is 36 more nights from right now, from today. 36 more nights is going to be the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Now, I've been sharing this information with you and doing these countdowns for quite a while. So I hope that you're making proper preparations. All right. So now we're going to start the Torah reading. All right. And when I present these Torah readings to you, I'm presenting these Torah readings to you as an elder and as a judge. All right. As an elder and a judge, of course, appointed by my service to Yasha Allah, appointed through and by my elder. And also I'm coming to you as an elder of Banya Yasha Allah, of Mashara Yasha Allah, and as a judge of the Torah also. All right, any problems, situations regarding the Torah. All right, so we do have judges in Israel, judges that are competent in the law, proper procedure, witnesses, documentation of evidences, things of that nature. All right, so that's why we put so much emphasis on the law. Mashara Yasha Allah is meant to bring all Yasha Allah together to worship Yahweh in spirit and in truth, in the spirit of your name, in the spirit of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, under the laws, commandments, and statutes of the Torah. Okay? So we have 17 verses today. And these 17 verses deal with sacrifice. So I estimate that this class will take about maybe 34 minutes from after I start. A minute to read and explain, the minute to read the verse and process it, and then a minute to kind of break it down. Shalom Nakai Hezekiah. Let's go ahead and start with chapter 3, verse 1. All right. Leviticus chapter 3, if his sacrifice is a peace offering, okay, a peace offering. If he brings it from cattle, whether male or female, all right, unblemished, he shall bring it before Yahweh. So peace between Aaron, peace between the priesthood, peace between our lives, peace with Yahweh, to set everything peaceful. This is what this offering is for, right? And he shall lean his head forcefully upon the head of his sacrifice and slaughter it at the entrance of the tent of meeting. And Aharon's descendants, the Kohanim, shall dash the blood upon the altar around. So the man actually slaughtered the animal, killed the animal, right outside, right at the entrance of the tent of meeting. Then Aaron's descendants, the priest, all right, as it says, it said, Banya Aharon HaKahanyam. Banya Aharon HaKahanyam. Right, the sons of Aaron, the priests. All right. So they would take the blood and they would dash the blood, throw it around the altar. All right. And from the peace, only Aaron's sons did this. Other people could kill their own sacrifice, but only Aaron and his son slaughtered. Only Aaron and his son did the blood sprinkling. Okay. And from the peace offering, he shall bring a fire offering to Yahweh, comprised of the fat covering the innards and all the fat that is on the innards. All right. So that's the fat that's inside the organs on the inside. All right. That thick fat. The thick fat. It's a kal ha-khalab. It's that thick fat that's inside the animal. Not the fat from around the muscle, but the fat that's in the organs, stomach, liver, heart, kidney. That fat around those parts of the animal. It's called the kalab. All right. Verse 4. And the two kidneys along with the fat that is upon them, which is over the flanks. And he shall remove the diaphragm with the liver along with the kidney. All right. So the upper part, the neck going into the mouth, the back of the throat is taken out also. Verse 5. And the kidneys. And Aharon's descendants, Aharon's sons, shall cause it to go up in smoke on the altar, apart from the burnt offering, which is on top of the wood that is on the fire. It is a fire offering with a pleasant fragrance to Yahweh. All right, so that kidney, the diaphragm, the fat from the innards, all right, it got burnt in a separate process. It didn't get burnt with the heifer or the bull or the bullock, the old or the male or the female cow. It got burnt separately. And if his sacrifice for a peace offering to Yahweh is from the flock, whether male or female, unblemished, he shall bring it. So from the sheep or the goats, all right, you bring that to Yahweh for a peace offering. Okay, just for a peace offering. Okay. It says La Zabak Shalom Yam. All right. A sacrifice of wholeness, of completeness. Okay. Verse 7. If he bring a sheep as his sacrifice, then he shall bring it before Yahweh. And he shall lean his hand forcefully upon the head of the sacrifice and slaughter it before the tent of meeting. And Aharon's sons shall dash its blood upon the altar around. So you have a sheep now that you bring, male or female. And along with that sheep, From the flocks, it could be a goat, but it's going to go into the goat later on. And for the peace offering, he shall bring a fire offering to Yahweh, comprised of its choicest parts, the complete tail, which he shall remove opposite the kidneys. Okay? And the fat covering the innards, and all the fat which is on the innards. We covered that already. The complete tail. Remember, sheep have tails. Right? That comes off too. And the two kidneys along with the fat that is upon them, which is over the flanks. And he shall remove the diaphragm with the liver along with the kidneys. And the Kahan shall cause it to go up and smoke on the altar as food for fire to Yahweh. Right? So that goes up on the fire as an offering to Yahweh. This is all given to Yahweh to say, Yahweh, please give me peace between me and you, me and my fellow brother. And Yahweh would grant it. He accepted and heard these prayers and sacrifices. And if his sacrifice is a goat, he shall bring it before Yahweh, and he shall lean his hand forcefully upon its head and slaughter it before the tent of meeting. Okay? For the tent of heat. La panya ahal mawa'id. And Aaron's descendants shall dash its blood upon the altar around. And from it he shall bring his offering. He shall bring his offering a fire offering to Yahweh, comprised of the fat covering the innards and all the fat which is on the inner. And this is why we're not supposed to eat that fat that's on the inside of an animal like that. All right, we're not supposed to eat that. And the two kidneys with the fat that is upon them, which is over the flanks. And he shall remove the diaphragm with the liver, along with the kidneys, he shall remove it. All right, so a lot of butchering going on. And the Levites, they couldn't get away from that, the Levites, because even to this day, the Levites in Haiti, they're still doing these types of sacrifices, all right? More so than probably any other ethnic group on the planet. Chickens, goats, all right, sheep, but they offering them up unto false deities like Danbala, offer them up to false deities like Oshun and Oludumare, Shango, and different Orishas, which is not supposed to be doing that. That's idolatry, dealing with another deity, another god to do something for you. That's not what Yasha Allah is about. So the Levites, the Haitians, they are making these types of sacrifices, but they're making them unto false gods, gods that are not the gods of our fathers. Okay. All right, so now, verse 16, and the Kahan shall cause it to go up in smoke on the altar, consumed as a fire offering, with the pleasing fragrance. All sacrificial fat goes to Yahweh. Now they threw sacrificial in right there. It says Kal Kalab La Yahweh. Anytime you see these little things in brackets right here, they did it. In verse 16, they did it. In verse 13, they did it. In verse 11, in verse 10, that's extra words that don't appear in the Hebrew. All right. That's like it says Chakwat Ilawam La Dabarat Yakam. La Darat Yakam. So statute forever. All right. In generations. All right. And then it says in all Mawashabathikam, in all your dwelling places. All right. Kal Khalab, all fat. Wakal Dam, and all blood. La'a ta'kalawa, you all shall not eat. So now you cannot eat any blood, and you cannot eat any types of fat. You cannot eat the blood, you cannot eat the fat. All right? Can't deal with those things in terms of consumption. All right, so man, that was pretty quick. I thought it was gonna be 37 minutes. It's been 17 minutes. Oh man, this is an eternal statute for all your generations. It says, Kakwath Iwalam La Darat Yakama Bakal Mawashabath Yakama Kal Khalab Wakal Dam La'ata Kalwa La'ata Kalwa. You shall not eat. No blood, no fat can we eat. Now remember, this fat that is talking about is not the fat that comes from around the muscle, like when you're cooking a steak or something like that, or you have lamb and that fat that's on there. It's not talking about the fat that's the common butchering fat from the muscle of the animal, from the actual meat. This is going into the fat that's on the internal organs. All right, the thick fat, the khalab fat. All right, that's inside of the animal. That's the fat that's talking. Right, so we have to make that distinction. But hey, these sacrifices that we do to Yahweh, it's Him giving us a way to get closer to Him by just obeying Him and doing what He said to do. That's it. He made this system set up that way. There must be bloodshed. There must be bloodshed from this innocent animal. And we have all the animal rights. People say, "Oh no, that's barbaric. That's inhumane." Well, of course, it's inhumane because it's not inhuman. Number one, and I tell them like this: the animal, there's not too many people out there that when they have, something that when they have a choice between the animal living and them living, I don't think they're going to choose the animal and sacrifice their life so the animal can live. So animal life is not as precious to people as they pretend it to be. Now, for a child, a daughter, or a baby, yeah, you would die for a human family member. But very few people out there will lay down their life, give their life for their dog or for their goat or for their sheep or for their pigeons or for their doves. I don't know anybody. I've never heard of that before. All right, I've never heard of that before. All right, so that's what I want to say. Another thing I want to say is that Yahweh is making these sacrifices because that's what He wants. We don't try to understand and try to justify why we shouldn't do it. We just do what He said to do. Right now, we know outside of this sacrificial complex that we had called the tabernacle in the wilderness, and outside of the temple at Yad Shalom, we could not offer up those types of sacrifices. Now, it was Aharon and his family, all right, that were doing all these rituals, and sprinkling the blood. The Most High said, "Give me something. Give me life back that I gave you upon this world. Give me that life back. And then I will give you more peace." That's just the way that it is. It's the way that it is. It's the way that it is. We can't question it in terms of challenging it. We can't challenge the word of the Most High. You can question, like, why and how, right? But you can't, challenge to say, well, I don't think that we should be doing this kind of way, and I'm not gonna do it. You can't do that. Like, that's evil. Like, that's wicked. You can't do that at all. But people try to do it. People say, well, the Most High shouldn't have done that. Well, I don't want a God that's going to do something like that. Well, we'll see on Judgment Day. People don't believe that there's going to be a Judgment Day, that the Most High is going to make everybody give an answer for everything they did, thought, or imagined to be true, and for everything that they thought was true. So what these sacrifices do is they help us to become back peaceful with the Most High. All right. Now, Yahushua made himself a sacrifice, but the things that we read back here are going to be put back in effect. So we're going to be bringing peace offerings again to Yahweh once we get put back into our land, once we get put back into Yahushua. Right? We're going to be doing these offerings again. And the sons of Zadok, not all of the sons of Aaron, only the sons of Zadok are going to be able to do these different sacrifices. This one in particular, the sprinkling of the blood upon the altar. All right. So believe it or not, that's less than 24 minutes. Now remember, this video, all right, this video is being made on the 14th day of the so-called of the Gentile month. All right. Now, right now we're in the 5th day of a 7-day week. The Shabbat is in 2 more nights. 2 more nights is a Shabbat. We're in the 9th day of the 13th month right now. 13th Hebrew month, 13th natural month. We're 22 days, 22 nights away from being in the new year. Now we have 35 more nights and 35 more afternoons until we begin the Passover. And then we have 36 more nights until we start the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So the 14th day of Abib and the 15th day of Abib, they come back to back, and the 14th day stops when it gets dark outside, and the 15th day stops. The 15th day begins when it's dark outside. In 36 nights from right now. But right before that, when the sun is up, we're still in the 14th. That's when we got to take and kill and start to cook our lamb. And when the sun's, when it starts to get darker, that's when we have the bread and the wine and the bitter herbs and the lamb. And that's when we go into that feast of unleavened bread. All right. So once again, this is your brother Parashah, Zaquan Shapat, elder judge Parashah of Mashara Yasha Allah, with the Council of Mashara Yasha Allah, and Banya Yasha Allah of Mashara Yasha Allah. All right. And we have several different elders that have different offices and jobs that we try to do, for the nation. So it's our job to make sure that everybody is operating up to par with Yahweh and doing things the way that he said to do it. And even though you can't offer up a blood sacrifice right now to the Most High, to Yahweh, all right, you can still go on a different level and give Yahweh, your food. Put your food to the side and dedicate that hunger, dedicate that sacrifice of not eating, dedicate that to the Most High. All right. You can dedicate your time to actually pray and help to feed people that may need food, or actually take clothes to people that may be in need of clothes. All right. You may, do different things to help people, in life that need help. All right. So, we have to move on this level. So the Most High wants this peace offering. So right now, we know we have to offer this peace offering to the Most High once we get into New Jerusalem. But for now, let's pray. Let's pray to Yahweh. All right, let's pray to the Most High that He allows us to have peace between Him and us. Right? He allowed us to have peace between ourselves and our brother. All right. That allows us to have peace between ourselves and the leadership of Yasha Allah, no matter who they are. We have a couple of major councils and movements in Yasha Allah right now, and we all going to need to kind of merge everything together so we don't be on the outskirts with each other. All right, in the spirit of Hamashiach Yahushua. All right, Hamashiach Yahushua. All right, the Torah, the Tawadah of Yahweh. So this fourth aliyah of this Vayikra Parashah, all right, is dealing with the cow, male and female, the sheep, male and female, the goat, male and female, that we bring as a peace offering to Yahweh. Okay. It says Wa HaKorban Mazabak. All right. The offering, or the drawing near, okay, of the sacrifice. Hashalam Yam. All right. Of the sacrifice of the peace. Okay. Of the peace. All right. So this is to bring peace between us, and Yahweh. Now this right here kind of puts you in the mind of Pesach when you look at Leviticus chapter 3, verse 4, verse 7, 8, and 9. It's telling you to take the innards, then you're gonna sacrifice the kidneys and the fat and the tail. Right? So you're gonna have these things on the grill. But now the innards that we put on, that we roast, with the Passover lamb, it says that the thing have to be roasted at the same time as the actual lamb. Right. So once again, Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, is in 35 more nights and 36 more nights. Passover is actually going to be in 35 more nights and 35 more afternoons. So that afternoon, around 3 p.m., you start to, cook your lamb. And in 36 more nights, when the sun goes down, we'll be in the 15th of Abib. All right. So hopefully, I don't know how you brothers, budgets are looking, but, it'd be nice, at some point for brothers to be able to go to Aratazar Yasharala or Eretz Yisrael or the land of Israel for the Pesach. So, may the Most High be with you all. Believe it or not, the clock on the wall says that's all. All right, so that's the Shabbat preparation. We have 2 more sessions to go, and then we'll be in the 7th day. And that's when we're going to read everything all together. All right. So may Yahweh be with you in the name of Yahushua Hamashiach. Shalom Lakam.